Hello, vinyl community. Adam here to do a response video to Michael, the Clash City rocker. He had the idea of doing a having a non-completist record collection where he would keep one release of each band and just get rid of everything else. So a lot of people were doing a thread of this. So I thought it seemed interesting. So I went through my records. I now to make it a little bit different as far as picking a release. I made sure I have at least 3 records of each band, excluding split releases and compilations, just to make it a little harder to find something. I did also put the limitation of 20 because otherwise I'd be showing records all night. Nobody wants to see that. So, first up, I went with the Dogs from France. This is their second album, Walking Shadows. Their first album is more along the lines of the Stooges, or at least that's what they kind of remind me of. But I like their later releases too, but this one kind of always stood out more to me. And then my main introduction to Slade was this album. I heard it on a tape player when I was a teenager, and yeah, it took me years to figure out what album it was because there were, I didn't have the internet back then. I don't think anybody did, but there was probably some rich people who did. But anyway, second album by DOA, Hardcore 81. One's on Friends Records. I don't know if you can see the inside. They always put black on the inside of the cardboard on these Friends Records releases. And then next, Motorhead, their first album on that one label that I'm not gonna mispronounce because I'm just not gonna say it. And then English Dogs, Forward into Battle. It's very hard to not pick Mad Punks and English Dogs over this, but this was my first English Dogs record, and that's the one I will stay with. Next, I'm picking this one. I do like Blitz's second and third albums, but Voice of a Generation, it was my main introduction to this band. I used to hear them on the college radio when I was a kid. Some of their songs. Someone's Gonna Die Tonight, which wasn't on there, but I heard 4Q was a good one. And this one, Hanoi Rocks, Self-Destruction Blues. As far as I know, it's not a compilation. It does have a lot of songs off some of their singles, but I almost weeded that one out. But my introduction to this band, the Subhumans, was Cradle to the Grave. So this is probably the one I'll take to my grave if I was to get rid of any of them. And next, I know it's hard to pick a Slayer record, but this was always the one that I always had. I think I still have the cassette of this packed away somewhere. One of those few things I have on CD and cassette and vinyl all together. This was a tough one. It's this Escorbuto from Spain, Basque Country. I really don't have a bad record, so it's very hard to pick. That's another good one. I know that's a bootleg, so I can't pick that one. This was a tough one. From Chicago, we have Naked Ray Gun. Tend to either go for this or Throb Throb. Really only have those two and All Rise. And All Rise doesn't get as much attention as it should. Then next we have the Sisters of Mercy. First and last and always. This one is the German pressing. Of all their records, I would keep that. And to go the totally opposite direction vocal-wise, I'm going to go with King Diamond's first solo effort, Fatal Portrait. Definitely something to annoy the neighbors. I'm sure this played a part in me getting kicked out of the place I was staying once. And then next we have from Australia, the Angels. This is their first album. They're more commonly known as Angel City in the U.S. This one, their first couple albums didn't get released overseas as they should have been. But definitely a great Australian band. And then next we have Sweet with Sweet Fanny Adams. There's the original UK pressing. And then next from Texas, I'm going with the Big Boys, industry standard, or Where's My Towel, or whatever you want to call it. This was a reissue from about 20 years ago, I think. Yeah, missed my chance to buy one of those. I couldn't afford it, even though it was a great price. Yeah, then moving over to the metal side, we got Iron Maiden. I have everything of them all the way up to Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, and then they kind of lost me. But I really like the original vocals better. This is more so the record that sold me on them when I was younger. And then up next, I'm going to go with Blondie, Plastic Letters, their second album. I'm sure most people know who Blondie is. They're a band, not Deborah Harry. And then we have Venom, their second album, Black Metal. This one's on Bonsai Records, Canada. And then last, I had to go with a Bowie record, which is Ziggy Stardust. Just because it's a great record. I can live with this one, and I can live without the others. Anyway, that's my picks for the Non-Completist record collection.